it's Christine, and it is day 3 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Day of Sketches, round 9. And I'll show you first the layout. Of course, you can go to the Facebook group, of course, but this is the layout. It's kind of interesting. I'm only going to have 2 pictures, and I'll show you in a minute. But basically, there's this like background, and then I'm imagining a tilted piece of pattern paper. There's this cool, word there, and then there's this little mini grid in the lower right. So that is a neat little sketch. It looks like it's by Laura Rumble at Scrap Sketches. So you can check that out, like I said, on the Facebook group. Okay, so what I've also got is my Hip Kit Club for December. For February showed up, and I'm so excited to use it. It's kind of this, well, you can kind of see. There's lots of little, some love stuff, some florals, I'm not going to go through the whole kit because that's not really the purpose of this video. And as I said on yesterday's video, I'm trying to move quickly because you guys have lots of videos to watch. So the photos I'm going to do are these of my daughter. Looks like I need to trim that a little bit better. They're just little, little modeling pictures, kind of everyday looking kinds, but they're cute. And she looks happy, so I like them. And then what I'm thinking is, this will be my background. This will be my background, and then I'm thinking I'm going to use this butterfly here, but then I'll have to do a little something down here in the corner. This is what I'm kind of thinking. But the coolest part is I'm going to get into my stash, y'all. This is not from the kit. This is from a really old, I don't know how long. I got these at the expo, I guarantee you 8 or 9 years ago, or somewhere like that. It's been 100 years. From Glitz and Glitter. They're called border stickers. These ones are, I had some pink ones, and I started to look at those, but they're a little too hot pink. And these ones are silver, and I really liked this Blessed here. So I think that'll look pretty, because the title, if you remember, and I showed you the sketch, is kind of long across the bottom. And I think this will look pretty on this paper. So that's my intention. So let me get started. I will trim these down, and then I'll turn the camera on and let you guys watch. We'll talk soon. Bye. You guys, this layout went so fast, and I don't know if it's because it's just not a complicated sketch. I mean, not that most sketches are complicated. I'm not sure why, but it went really, really fast. So I've already done what I mentioned in the intro, which is I took my pink background and I tilted my little butterfly paper there and got that, according to the sketch, or at least in my mind, according to the sketch. So I'm taking my 2 little photos and I'm mounting them. What I did do, and I didn't show you, but I did a little mini gut. So where the butterfly paper is covering up the bottom right corner of that pink paper, I took that out because I figured I'd want to mat my photos with it, or at least use it some kind of way. So I did decide to mat the photos on that little bit of pink that I took out of that bottom right-hand corner. Now, I'm going to add other matte in a minute, but for the moment, that's what I've started doing. And then I had already cut that little pale blue piece of square there. It's like 4.5 by 4.5. And I'm looking at it and I go, okay, you don't have enough contrast between you and the butterfly paper. I mean, both papers are beautiful, but it's not quite enough contrast. So I'm looking back through the other papers. I did find that green on the back of those tags, that little plaid there, and I thought about it, but I didn't want to waste the tag, so I'm being a little bit precious with it, so I didn't use it. And then I thought, oh my gosh, my Hip Kit Club came with this pink tissue paper, and I've been seeing, I see people use tissue papers, and I had never done it, or I may have done it. I don't remember doing it, and I thought, oh, I'm going to use that. That looks really pretty. And so I take my paper, the little blue paper, and I put it on there, and I cut out my square around it with the tissue paper. And then I'm going to just kind of, again, dry fit these photos, make sure, I don't know why, because it's not like it's changed the blue paper size. But then I got clever, and I decided to use, I first tried to tear without using this kind of little wet line. And I ended up having to replace that paper, if I'm 100% honest. I didn't show it in here because it's kind of wasteful. But then I decided, oh, I remember back in the old days, I used to lick my papers after I folded them so I could tear them. So I pulled out this little, I'm not going to lick this tissue paper, obviously, but I pulled out that little Nuvo brush pen. Only, honestly, I shouldn't have probably wasted it because it has glitter in it. And I think I have a water pen somewhere, but mostly just because it's kind of water, right? And I went around the outside so it would allow me to tear the tissue paper a little bit, just give a little bit of that texture. So I've decided, okay, I like that. Organizing my photos again. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of cute. I like this. And I'm going back through, if I'm honest, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Oh, I know what I'm doing right now. I decided, yeah, I need to mat these photos one more time. And I started to try to use the back of the butterfly. That's a lie. The back of the pink paper is those little diamond things, but I didn't really care for that too much. So then I saw that the back of the blue paper has this pretty pink floral, and I thought, okay, that looks pretty. So I'm going to use that. And I end up trimming that, just again, little photo mats. I did not ink or scruff or anything here. All these edges are fairly clean. I think that's okay. I think it's okay because I do have the texture on the tissue paper and everything. I don't know. In the end, I might end up coming back and inking the outside edges of the layout just a little bit. But I have to think about it because the whole point, like I mentioned yesterday, I think it was yesterday, is to me this 30 days of sketches is to get 30 layouts done. And I don't need to spend hours and hours on it. I want to kind of use it as a speed scrapping exercise. So I don't want to spend too much time rethinking things. So I've got my tissue paper glued down. If you can hear any noises, that is my cat playing, by the way. She gets into boxes and things in my craft room here. And I've said, okay, I'm going to put my photos down. Initially, I thought about maybe putting the right one up on foam. And then I realized, no, Christine, your title sticky thingy's got to go over the top of that. So you're not going to be able to do that. So now I've got my little title sticky thingy that I showed you, which is the Blessed. And I'm just looking to see where you're going to go. And it comes off pretty easily. And actually, it sticks pretty good. I may end up coming back and putting a little glue, but actually just looking at it right now, it's okay. It's sticking pretty good. So I lay that down there, and I do have to curl the one side up just a little bit because that is basically a full 12-inch long title there. And I mean full on 12 inches, so I had to kind of wiggle it a little bit. So then I pull out the ephemera. This, again, a Hip Kit Club comes with tons and tons and tons of ephemera. So it's going to take me just a minute to pull this out. So I'm going to cut away, and then you'll see it all. But I've gone ahead and picked out a couple little pieces that I want to use on my little block over there. So you see I've got them all laid out, but I've already decided. I've trimmed one little label in half. It's got flowers on it was a bigger label. You can see half of it sitting there right next to the paper on the left there. But I decided I'm just going to put this little label here, and then I've got the word Happy Day, and I put it up on foam. It's just a teeny little word. I think it's cute. And then on the upper right corner of the little photo section there, I'm going to take, it looks like a little needlepoint deal, like the old ladies. I shouldn't say old ladies. If you needlepoint, I'm so sorry. But it's where you needlepoint into a little ring. And I put that on the bottom mostly for the circle element. And then there's a pretty little butterfly. I do put the butterfly up on foam. And then there's a little phrase label thing that says live in the moment. It's yellow. And I put that up on foam to match the butterfly. And I'm going to put those two little bits right there on top of all that. It takes me a second to do. My fingernails, I had broken all my fingernails, y'all. Was getting this gel polish, and it just, I don't know, it didn't work. It looked good while I had it on, but then if it chips off, it ends up breaking my nails, and that's unfortunate. So it takes me a second to pull these stickies off the back of these foams. How are y'all doing on this 30 days thing? It's day 3. Have you already given up? I can do the layouts. It's never the layouts that's a problem, if I'm honest. It's usually the recording and getting the video uploaded. And really, that is not even that hard, except for my darn phone it just runs out of storage all the time. I was looking at it, and it says systems files are taking up most of my storage, so I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, I got my butterfly glued down with the foam tape, and I've got this live in the moment. And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, I really want to add more. Y'all, I'm a more is more kind of girl. And I'm looking, I've got all that ephemera. I'm like, I really need to do something else. But the sketch doesn't really call for it. And I really just can't really go in the place where I want to add a bunch of stuff for just no good reason. So I do decide to look at these enamel dots. And initially, I thought to do it in 2 places. Ultimately, I only do it in the one. I do it down there on that little tag where it says Happy Day. I just pick 3 little colors, and I just do the one. I don't know. I decided not to do the upper right because I didn't want to take away from, I don't know, I guess what I had going on up there. And I think it's okay. I think it's cute. I really, actually, this layout is, I would suggest this is my natural design style, because there is kind of, I mean, even though there's butterflies on the paper, it's kind of a lot of white space, right? That whole upper area is just all white space. But I think it's good sometimes to do something different than what we would normally do. So I actually think this looks really pretty. It's soft. It's feminine. It matches the photos of my daughter stick out really well. So I end up really liking this. I'm just playing around with this. There's no real good reason. I'm just touching it. So here's this, good Lord, I can't even talk. I didn't even slow it down. But anyway, there was the close-ups, and I enjoy so much having you guys watch, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.